What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol AAPL for Apple Inc., of course. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this will, of course, be an update. We talk about the stock regularly here on the channel. What I want to point out is that we actually took out the two-day highs here, closed well above, and obviously with the Facebook earnings that came out, a lot of things are significantly lower in the post-market. Apple is not one of those candidates, still holding up fairly resilient here, 174.13, 174.31, and what you'll notice is that's just clearly above today's low of day. So good relative strength so far in the sort of backdrop of Facebook's absolute bloodbath of an earnings announcement. So knowing that, I would watch out for a couple of things here inside of Apple. Sure, it's going to be a little bit harder for tech to get into gear tomorrow with this earnings gap down in Facebook, but as long as it kind of remains in this range, the line in the sand really is 172.30. As long as it remains there, then we're building out the case for a bull flag on the daily. Breakouts should take us at least to the lower high here around 177.50, if not a little bit further into 181. Now, why would I say that? Because the measured move of something like this would be stacking the flagpole distance, this here, on top from the bottom of the consolidation, and that would be fairly reasonable inside of Apple. So to me, any sort of movement in here, I'm looking at that as bullish price acceptance here inside of this overall range. We know that we're not rejecting back down underneath 168. To me, Apple does look like the good candidate for relative strength. Again, these lower wicks as well, indicating that people are stepping up. They're buying this as we get the pullbacks now that they've seen this bullish price action. We're above the 50 SMA, back above 168. So on the 30-minute time frame, what else can we learn about the price activity here? Well, certainly respecting that level, the 172.30, which is why it is the line in the sand. We have a higher low here, respecting the top end of the flag on today's session, and a strong close up and over the high of day on the last 30-minute push. Nothing about this is really screaming, hey, Apple should fall back down all the way to 168 and then back down to these lows at 157. It just wouldn't be logical to assume that here. Now, you can start to use something like this support trend line here as a either more bullish, less bullish type indication. And yes, with the Facebook earnings conundrum, we are kind of, where are we? We're at 174.32 right now. So that's roughly at the support trend line, if not maybe slightly below. So if this breaks sideways through time, it's like, okay, maybe lay off the gas pedal a little bit. We'll get that consolidation period, then it breaks out. If it remains above, so if by the time the open comes around and we're above, then fine. We're still off to the races, probably looking for continuation up and over 176 roughly to get us to that target we pointed out, only $1.50 higher. Certainly reasonable here inside of Apple. So that's what I've got for you. Obviously, if we break down underneath 172.30, look at the lack of structure in here. We would expect a rotation back down to 168, but when and if we get there, definitely an opportunity for a higher low, correct? That's all I've got for you. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new today, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.